that wasn't bad. I think in the very beginning you had me on there.
Yeah, we got it.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the channel.
It's a Monday.
We're always here on Mondays.
Yeah,
it has felt like a Monday.
It's 2 in a row though, so we're getting better at consistency.
That's right. We're gonna work on being consistent. We worked on our equipment, so it should sound good. If it doesn't, let us know in the comments. And if it doesn't, honestly, sorry,
we're not gonna re-record it.
We'll work on it next week, I suppose.
It's live.
Yeah,
live is the way we do things.
We got a couple cool things to talk about in today's episode, and kind of more some sneaks for next week. We got some fun things coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, there were some cool things that happened over Thanksgiving. Mattel Creations released some new things. The collaboration with Nike and Hot Wheels
and Paul George.
Yep. Shout out Paul George. Yeah. So we've got cool things coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So stay tuned on those ones.
Come back and see us.
Come back and see us. We'll do some reviews on that. But I figured we'd kick things off today. We got kind of 2 segments we want to talk about. The first one is actually I'm more invested or more vested in when it comes to this one is Diecast Heroes. So I don't know if many of you know about Diecast Heroes or who Diecast Heroes are, but it's our friends Tony and Carmen, and they're great people, man.
They're just, I don't know what to say. They have collaborated to make some really cool, interesting content.
Yeah.
For those of us that like to read and like to understand what you guys as creators and custom designers are looking for.
Right. So it stems back from Superfly Magazine. So Superfly Magazine is real life cars that have been customized and made to be their own, right? So they have that magazine, and they have some online content, videos, YouTube, all that. And then I know that Tony and Carmen, they stumbled upon the Diecast community, and it was 7 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Yeah,
wow. Yeah.
7 years ago that they had a Diecast. It was a Hot Wheels customizing contest, and it's funny because they're on the other side of the world, and so I remember that I had my phone set, an alarm set to wake up early because they were going to announce the winners of this contest. I ended up missing it by an hour. My time was off, and I didn't win.
Wait, you were an hour early or an hour late?
Hour late.
Oh,
so I missed it. Went back and watched the live feed, but there was some controversy back then with the custom contest, more just because, and it was a great concept. In fact, you and I had done something similar before that, where we remember our custom contest. We gave away some Hot Wheels. We had people that were all pissed off because they're like, it's all subjective, this and that. So it's a tough spot to be in to say, hey, I like this one the best.
Yeah, and I think that there's in the diecast custom community, there's an understanding that there's wheel swaps.
Yep.
There's understanding that there's actual cut the car in half or take 2 cars and put them together. There's themes, there are different things like that, but we appreciate art. We appreciate
it is art.
And it takes a lot of time. I mean, what do you think on average? Just take one of your cars and say, how much time do you think it takes you to do one car?
Let me I guess it's a tough question to answer because I don't ever really time it, and sometimes I get 15 minutes working on it. Sometimes I work on it for 15 minutes and then it's got to dry, so I got to step away.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get an hour or 2 into it. Usually my customs take between a month and a half, working on it, little bits and pieces here and there, daily or every other day. So it's tough to say. I don't have an answer for it. What's nice though is I've recorded enough content and videos of me making my customs that if you go watch it, some of the early ones I put all the content in it.
Right.
So you could be like, wow, this is a 30-minute vehicle of Ian sanding over and over. And I made it fast in here and there, but you can be like, wow, there's a lot that's put into this custom.
Yeah, and that's literally the car. If you were to customize the card art, that would even take even longer. And we've done a couple of those where we reached out to people in our community and just saw a need, and we were like, hey, we want to customize not only the car but the car art and made it a true one of a kind.
Sure. So and I guess one more piece to this. So when we're talking customizing, You have those that are great at painting, those that are great at pinstriping,
Oh man,
wheel swaps, fabrication, engine work, aluminum work,
piping. Yeah,
I mean, so there's a lot of different avenues, and engraving, and different ways that you can customize and be good at it. So what I have tried to do is take the little bits and pieces of darn near everything. I'm not great at any of it, but I'm good at a lot of it.
Yeah.
So then you can, there's 5 or 6 or 10 techniques into this one casting, So, anyways, so we had the custom contest. Some people were a little burnt at it just because some of the prizes didn't get shipped out, and it's tough. If you're putting on a contest, I think I know what Tony and Carmen learned from that one is, let's just make sure we have all the prizes before we do the contest, so then they can ship it. But where they were located, instead it was just those sponsors were going to ship it out. They didn't ship it, so some people got burnt on it. And I would say, fortunately, I didn't win.
So you didn't get burned.
So I didn't get burned. So I wasn't as salty.
You didn't win.
I understand those that are.
Yeah.
I also understand. Make sure that's turned off so it's not giving feedback. Hopefully that hasn't been giving negative feedback the whole time. Let me see if I can.
Well, there's a couple of people that are on. Ask them. Maybe.
Hopefully that wasn't giving much feedback. But
yeah.
Anyways, so I'm focusing on the positive, and the positive is that Tony and Carmen have given a lot back to the community, and a lot of it is exposure. A lot of it is not only exposure on the Diecast Heroes page, but also on the Superfly page, which that's got millions of
followers,
reaches. You know what I mean?
Yep. A lot of people. What's up?
You want to come say hi? Okay. My daughter wants to come say hi. Come say hi, baby.
She keeps popping her head over. We're like.
And Jaylee's a customizer too, so
she's gonna be in this magazine one day.
Yeah, so that's actually the next piece we're gonna show here. So they've come out with 7 Diecast Hero magazines, and I've been fortunate enough to be in the last 6. The first one I missed. So okay, thanks, baby. Why don't you go eat your dinner? Go eat your dinner, butter.
I'm done.
Oh, good job. So I've been fortunate enough to be selected to be in 6 of them, and it's an honor. It's awesome. So thank you to Tony and Carmen for that. But what's cool about these ones is and you can thumb through a couple of these, but it's just chocked full, and each page is a different customizer. So chocked full of different cards, different collections, different customizers across the world. It's not just the U.S. It's not just nationwide. This is worldwide. Yeah. And so many.
Hey, I turned right to it.
Yeah, there we go.
There's your ecto.
So many of these builders, it's more of an honor. Like I mean, I've shared some pages with some of the most talented diecast customizers in the world.
Right.
In the world, and that's when we're talking worldwide exposure and worldwide celebration of art, and that's what these are. Like, this magazine is art.
Yeah,
Customs inside are art. The amount of time that has gone into each and every one of these castings is wild. I'm telling you, as a customizer, I put a lot of effort into it. A lot of it's like therapy for me, though, to go out and just kind of zone out and build. But I hope everyone understands and recognizes what goes into these customs and what goes into these magazines. Okay, so I've tried to do my part in purchasing the magazines. Now, of course, I've got some added interest. I'm in the magazines, but I would encourage everybody, if you're into Hot Wheels, even if you're not, like, it's a cool coffee table piece.
Yeah, and this isn't by any way sponsored by them or anything. We're truly just impressed with the art here and the art inside and the customizers that are out there in the world, and we just want to show some love to all of them. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Also, while we're on the subject, so shout out to Fireball Tim, Fireball Publishing. So he does a lot of like the artwork that are on these pieces,
the covers and stuff.
Yeah. So I want to make sure I give a shout out to him. He's our boy down. I think he's in Florida, my guy. He's also done a coloring book. and I was shocked. This color book came out, it was published, and then they're like going through page by page and showing, and one of my customs was selected. The Ecto 1 was selected for the coloring contest, or for the coloring book. And and here's why it's maybe a little bit more like hits home for me is every Christmas I got a coloring book in my stocking.
Oh yeah.
Every Christmas, Mom and Dad gave me a coloring book in my stocking. So to be in a coloring book, it was almost like oh my gosh, like that is so cool, you know?
Yeah, like come full circle moment kind of a thing, because I mean, face it, we're just big kids.
Yeah.
And yeah, do I still grab a coloring book and color with, nieces and nephews? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's also just good therapy.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, to be honored that way it
was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So shout out to Diecast Heroes, Superfly Magazine, Fireball Tim Publishing, and overall. So if you get a chance, we'll put some links down here below for Diecast Heroes Magazine. So please go support them. And again, so they didn't say anything to me. They didn't say, hey, you should go do a piece on this. This is 100% like I got these magazines. I was looking and I was like, man, I feel like I should give back a little bit and give a shout out to them.
No, and it's what we do.
Yeah,
it really is what we do, and all part of the community. Part of the fantastic.
So
community.
What do you want to talk about next year?
Let's talk about a piece, a favorite piece.
Okay.
Both you and I agree that in terms of castings, one of the most popular do you collect
bone shakers?
Yeah.
So, yes, like
specifically,
it's not one of those where it's like a new bone shaker. I have to have it, but I have probably, I don't know, 40.
Yeah. It's one of those iconic castings that everybody knows what the bone shaker is. Everybody knows that Larry Wood, designed the bone shaker.
Yeah.
But when Mattel Creations came out with this as a piece, you and I both agreed it was one that we wanted to have in our collection.
Had to have. So talk about give me like a rundown of what exactly it is.
So we've decided to call this the Bone Shaker Cube.
Yep.
And this is a raw suspended piece. Pieces, right?
You can tell it's raw too. Like look at that metal. Like it's as raw as it gets.
Yeah. And the engine insert. I mean, when you take one of your cars apart, this is truly what you see when you take these cars apart. There's actual axles on this one too.
Yep. Now, what I want you to think about this is what it took to make this. And that honestly, I remember it was pretty expensive, $75 for this piece.
Yeah.
But what it takes, because you can't just like plop it in and fill it full of resin and let it dry. You have to do it layer. You piece, let it dry. Layer, piece, dry. Layer, piece, dry. Layer, piece, dry. Buff out the around the exterior here, and this is what you get.
Yeah, and then the casing that it came in was pretty impressive itself as well. It is one of my top pieces in my collection that came from the Mattel Creations. But I really liked it, and I didn't even realize this. Do you know what this is going for now? I mean, it was $75 when we got it, so it was.
I honestly, I haven't looked.
It's considered like a weapon in some
countries. I
countries.
know. So I remember a while ago. Mine just came out years ago. What is going for like 1,000 to 1,700 was like the high that I saw.
Yeah,
you tell me.
Well, that's what the last one that sold said it was right around 1,700. But when I was doing some research, there was one that said that it sold for 1,700. One that recently sold said 7,500. So could you imagine the markup?
I'm glad we got one.
Inflation. And I actually didn't get one. We actually are going to link a video because we did a review right when we got this.
Yep.
When we first got it, and I missed out on it. It was one of those, again, the weekend we were out camping with our families, and we ran down the mountain, and I missed it, and you got it.
Yeah, and I ended up getting 2 of them.
Yeah,
And so just gave you one because obviously you give me.
You're such a nice guy.
If you go back through all of these videos, I mean, you have given me countless cars, especially supers, treasures. So to be able to pay you back a little bit, even though it was a year or 2 ago, hey, mine was $7,500 that I gave you.
What is that? Is that how we're gonna do it now?
No.
Start adding up all the value.
Just messing.
No, it's all good. It's all good. And actually, some of the cars that we're going to be reviewing here in the near future, you weren't able to get because of work commitments and stuff, and I was able to snag an extra one.
Well, it's very much your collection, my collection. One day, let's be honest, one day either I'll die or you'll die. And then what's going to happen with the collection is it's just give it to the other brother and let him do with it. My wife, as far as like selling it, it would probably be painful. She was like, I don't know, $1,000 and you take it all. I'm like, no, from the grave, please. No, I've got one car that's worth that much. So
you got multiple cars.
Exactly. We
and literally there's 2 or 3 that are up there on that wall there.
Right now.
Probably more. But yeah, it's an agreement that of course, I'm going to die first. Look at me. I don't look like I'm an American warrior.
I mean, I could do a backflip off something and end up breaking my neck. Yeah, look at you see, it just warned us. There's a winter storm. I say that's probably about 3 hours too late.
Right?
Man, it is
on the way over. I got.
It's blowing sideways right now outside. Yeah. So
good old Utah weather. Utah weather.
Drive safe out there. So
we got 6 people. I think that's an all-time high for our live.
Yeah, 6 live for now. Hey, we're gonna keep growing. Don't you worry. We're gonna be bringing some good content as we go. But absolutely. I mean, again, speaking to the consistency of this. So what does help the channel, of course, if you like, subscribe, there's a little notification right there. So the little bell, hit that one so that then it will let you know when we're going live and when new content's being pushed out. But finds of the week, I didn't find anything this week. You find anything?
I found some things, but I didn't bring anything with me.
Duplicates of what you had last week?
Yeah, I did happen to find a couple other M2 Coke stuff, so that was really nice.
Yeah.
I did find a couple supers that we've been looking for. So I'll bring those on another occasion.
Now, bringing it back to custom Hot Wheels. So I'm not gonna say anything about what I'm building, but I'm building a piece, and I am pouring a lot into this. I'm trying to change up my techniques. I've been reaching out to some. By the way, big shout out to a handful of my customizing buddies. You guys gave me some tips and tricks, especially at the last convention.
Yeah, that's where we learned so much about who out there really loves to customize. Yeah. I mean, we knew that they did, but meeting them in person was something.
In person it was amazing. So
sharing their passions with you as well.
So answer me this: the Vegas convention, it's a Diecast convention,
right?
When is it?
In February. It happens to be, I believe, the same weekend as the All-Star weekend here in Utah.
Well, that's not going to work then. Let's double check. Because I'm thinking about entering this car into the custom contest in February in Vegas.
Okay, I think it was the 21st through the 23rd.
Well, that would be the exact week. So we have the NBA All-Star game, and we're headed out there. So look for us in the stands. We'll tell some stories here and there after we do this one, just so we're not on the radar.
Right? Because I don't think the same thing's going to happen. Jimmy.
You know who you are.
You do.
But all around, so hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Hope you guys got some Black Friday shopping. It was crazy for work for me. Something actually pretty cool we're talking about here probably in a couple weeks. So I've been doing 50 pull-ups a day every single day. I have not missed a day for the last 340 days.
Oh, you're coming up on your year mark.
Yep, 25 days away. 365. 25 days away. Right, had to do some math.
Quick math.
But I'm pretty excited about it. And honestly, I started this challenge and I was like, I'm going to, maybe go for 50 days and then 50 pull-ups a day for 50 days. And then at 50, I was like, I can keep going. And then it turned into, I got to hit a year mark. So through sickness and health, through holidays, through, I take typically Sundays off on working out, but I still go out to the garage, and I've been doing my 50 pull-ups.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty pumped on that. We'll do kind of a montage video or something at some point. But again, I don't want this channel. This isn't just Hot Wheels, even though it does say right there, it says Hot Wheels Live with the Hot Wheels brothers. But just a little bit about everything that we got going on,
family wise and just life.
Oh, everything, right?
Absolutely.
So, and I guess one last plug is I'm itching my chest here. So there's a Fortnite a live event on Saturday, and in the chat right now you can see Yabra there. We're gonna go live with the babies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got Jaylee and Eli. We're gonna go live, talk about the live event. So I know it's something different, and if some of you are like Fortnite, like listen, we love doing it with the kids. So tune in. That's gonna be this Saturday at 2:00
Mountain time. Okay.
But check us out on Instagram. I'm DJ djiweb. You can see that right there.
Dr. Flyfisher.
And it helps us if you like and subscribe. And just right now, I can see a handful of you in here. And I know many of you come back and watch the live streams later because you're not able to watch it live. Just shoot some comments in there. Let us know what you think about the Bone Shaker or customizing Diecast Heroes. Again, we got some Nike and Hot Wheels collaborations coming up here in a week or so. So let us know what you think about all that. But we appreciate you tuning in.
Peace.